go head-to-head tonight, and to call tonight's action, it's Jim Houston, Craig Simpson, and Glenn Healy.
Thank you, Cassie. The rivalry is not new at all, but there are all sorts of players new to the rivalry. At least a dozen newcomers get an introduction into the Battle of Ontario tonight as Toronto plays Ottawa for the first time. Craig Anderson plays a second consecutive game. He gave up 5 goals on 39 shots last night. He made his Ottawa debut in this building last season and posted a 1-0 shutout. James Reimer got his 4th career shutout in the opener. He stopped 32 shots, and he was quick to credit his defense for blocking 20 shots, 4 each by Mike Komisarek and Luke Schenn. Paul Dvorsky, who handled the game along with Chris Rooney, and the first of 6 Battle of Ontario skirmishes is underway. Jason Spezza, top line intact for Paul McLean tonight. He played last night. Spezza is at center ice. Nikita Kulikov from the right wing and Milan Mihalik on the left wing. And there's an icing call against Ottawa to get things started.
Jim, we talked off the opening of where his goal scoring going to come from. This is an interesting matchup to start. Jason Spezza with a couple of assists on Milan Mihalik's goals last night against Grabowski. Grabowski has been the most consistent and offensive Leaf during the preseason and had a very good game 1.
Once again, he's with his usual Nikolai Kulemin, the right winger, and Matt Pratton in Clark MacArthur's spot on the left side. MacArthur still suspended. And this line goes to work on the boards. Gonna Kuba on defense. There's Filatov who got the puck to the blue line and not quite out. Good hustle by Kulemin to keep it in. Jan Philipp on defense with Carl Gunnarsson. The Leafs lineup is unchanged other than Colton Orr in for Jay Rosehill tonight. And young defenseman Eric Carlson, and we could say young defenseman for 3 of the 6 in the Ottawa lineup. Daniel Alfredson, we knew he was on the ice when he got booed. Stefan DaCosta is his center, and Nick Foligno is the left winger on this Ottawa forward line. Pinching in from the point, Brian Lee held the puck in. There's Tyler Bozak on the top line with Phil Kessel, who's been an Ottawa killer, and Jocelyn Luco. Bozak centering, Luco couldn't finish. Checked by Chris Phillips, but he just about got his stick on the puck. And Phillips will start out of his own zone. 38-year-old Daniel Alfredson, newcomer Stefan DaCosta, signed out of Merrimack College late last season. He'll start a change here for Ottawa. Luke Schenn and John Michael Lyles, who starts to step up for Toronto, that turns back. Third line has come on. David Steckel, Chris Neal. Welcome John Michael Lyles to the Battle of Ontario. Philip Dupuis, David Steckel, Colby Armstrong in for Toronto. There's the first draft pick, 18-year-old Mika Zibanejad is wearing number 93, playing on the line here with Chris Neal and Colin Green. Jake Gardner chased back, and now he'll start up. First pass is a lateral to Mike Komisarek. He gets the puck to center. Armstrong dumps it in. And Toronto's going to start a change.
And a good early pace here in this game. And Ottawa coming off a game last night. They got their legs here. And Toronto looked a little bit nervous in their opener. They got much more speed and energy in the start of this game as well.
Fourth line's on the ice. Everybody's been into the game with only the one stoppage. Gardner took a hit, but he got the puck out of his own zone. Third over in center. Eric Condra dumped it back in. Leon Philipp has just come on. Up the middle to Matthew Lombardi with Colton Orr. And Mike Brown and the Toronto Maple Leafs go just offside.
Right now with Conley injured for the Toronto Maple Leafs, it's Bozak using his speed. He gets the opportunity to play with Kessel. Takes it hard to the outside. Luca goes hard to the net. He just didn't see it till the last second. Couldn't get it from the skate to his stick.
Guys talking about how good Alfredson looked. Well, he has looked good. Good defensive posture here. Allows Lee to come up in the play. How about this eye head? Not too shabby. A pass that would have resulted in a breakaway. He knocks it down. No goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oski line out against the Spezza line again. Here's Filatov. They have high hopes for this former first-round pick of Columbus. And he just got a face full over at the Maple Leaf bench.
He got a penalty coming here.
Number 2, Toronto, Julian Travel.
And Luke Schenn's going to get a penalty. So a an early power play for the Ottawa Senators. They scored a pair on the power play and 3 opportunities in coming back against Detroit last night.
Well, this is one of those penalties. The whistle had already gone. You just don't want to take it. Just the forearm shiver to the face. The helmet pops up on Filatov, and that put Luke Schnell in the penalty box. So one of your main penalty killing defensemen is gone.
Penalty killers were 5 for 5. Ryan McCulloch stays out of the power play with Jason Spezza. Sergei Gonchar, the quarterback, on the blue line, has Erik Karlsson with him. Two good offensive defensemen. Now Spezza's back at the blue line. McCulloch is in front of the net. Gonchar lined up on the right side. Spezza fakes the shot, made the pass, good stick. And Philip Dupuis, who's a forward out with David Steckle killing the penalty. An all-new penalty killing look in personnel for Toronto.
And that's the kind of play they need, Jim. Taking away that passing lane. Good job by the forward coming back.
Spezza tried to carry the puck in. It's come on. Komisarek took the puck away from him and he cleared it and went on to the Toronto bench.
And you mentioned the new personnel. So one of the problems for the Toronto Maple Leafs penalty killing is they just haven't done a good job of taking away shooting lanes and passing lanes. Spezza fakes the shot, it's taken away. The passing lane was there for a second, and Dupuis did an excellent job coming back down deep and getting his stick in that lane.
Costa, Alfredson, and greening the power play. Here's Stefan DaCosta with some room. Backhander, Reimer makes the save. And he stayed right with him. And there wasn't much for Stefan DaCosta to shoot at.
No, once again, it's a cross-ice pass that fooled the defense. Komisarek got his feet tied up in the neutral zone and was late getting back. Got a little bit of help from Lyles and just an easy backhander for Ryan to not only save, but take care of the rebound.
DaCosta's very slight of build. We thought he might get in out of the lineup tonight for Zenon Konopka, but they liked his game in Detroit last night more than some others, so Stefan DaCosta actually got a promotion tonight. And Reimer will hold on again.
One thing about DaCosta, guys, great vision, good set of hands, and every once in a while he'll surprise you with those types of passes that you would never expect some players to make. He has great vision. One of only 6 players who play in the NHL that were actually born in France.
Taking the draw here against the more experienced Steckle, and he won the draw cleanly. Karlsson passes off. DaCosta, Alfredson. Karlsson decided not to shoot, had the lane taken away. Now he gets the shot. It rattles off some skates. And Carl Gunnarson's able to clear the puck. We're down to the last 35 seconds of the penalty to Luke Schenn. Ottawa power play starts out. Karlsson leads the way. Gonchar takes over. And back to Karlsson. Off the board for DaCosta. Nice play by Mike Komisarek to intercept and clear the puck.
Right now, the Ottawa power play just not able to get the setup that they've wanted. Good aggressive penalty kill by the Maple Leafs.
Straight up the middle, Milan McCulloch. To the right side, Filatov couldn't get the puck. Bozak stepped in and cleared it. They'll try and come in again. Filatov takes the shot off the stick of John Michael Lyles and over the netting into the crowd just as the penalty to Luke Schenn expires.
One of the reasons that Ottawa's not able to get set up and get any type of pressure is because of this newcomer. Look at Steckle, game 1's number in the defensive zone with faceoffs, 13 and 4. And he's continued the magic here tonight. The way to draw, the puck goes down the ice, and guess what? You don't have to spend any time in your zone. And it takes away the confidence of the power play. Simmer, you've been there, right? You get your first power play, you're all excited, here we go. In the first 30 seconds, all you do is chase the puck back in your own zone.
It's allowed the Leafs to have some order that they haven't had, and that Bozak and Steckle take almost all the draws in the defensive zone. They took 26 of 30 last night.
Steckle averaged 11 faceoffs last year as he led the league in faceoff percentage. He had 25 in game 1, so those numbers are going to be big.
He's given go play, and Zibanejad couldn't get the puck back from Chris Neal as they tried to get something going around the net. What that means is that for Phil Kessel's line, he's usually starting with a face-off in the attacking zone if he's out for a face-off. Offensive players take the offensive zone face-offs, and you've got good defensive centers in your own end as James Reimer holds on to a long shot and stops play.
What a start for Reimer in game 1, coming off of the pressure that comes with being the starting goalie of this Toronto Maple Leafs team as they try to make a playoff run for the first time in 6 years. And number of screens he had to fight through. I thought overall he really settled into a nice game and made some big saves on the penalty kill as well.
Well, Matthew Lombardi's going to take the face-off here and probably get off the ice for Grabowski to come back in. We're going to leave that fourth line out here together. Portmore has to come in. A clean win for Konopka. On the shot. This is predictable. It's Mike Brown, Zenon Konopka. They fought last year when Konopka was with the Islanders.
Jim, you see so often the matchups and the line changes. Wilson didn't realize right away that it was the fourth line and Konopka was out there.
That's where you see Konopka fight, guys. He's a grabber. He grabs, he holds on. It frustrates a lot of guys that want to go toe-to-toe with him. Last year he had 25 fighting majors, 12 roughing majors, and 100 minutes in misconduct. So you know where he likes to go.
Here's where all the confusion was. He had Grabowski's line out there, and Wilson realized late that it was Konopka, and he gets Portmore and Brown out. So all of a sudden, look at Grabowski's still in there. He wants to take the face-off or tries to get his attention quickly, and there's just no hesitation between Konopka and Brown. I think everybody, don't you think, Jim, watching Portmore too, of how he handled his first game back after the concussion issues. Well, Brown didn't even give him a chance to get involved in a fight.
So the combatants are gone. Luke Chen trying to move the puck. 6'5" rookie defenseman Jared Brown from Spokane. Where he played junior. He's actually from Allen, Saskatchewan. Population 631. Moving back to come out of his own zone, John Michael Lyles. Pass up the middle and a turnover. And in comes Jason Spezza with a slap shot stopped by Lamb. Filatov, number 21, to the open point man Carlson. He walks in and shoots, and he just missed the net. And that means that Kuba has to chase the puck back into his own zone if Toronto takes this opportunity to chip it. Lee, Armstrong, and Steckel come over the boards for the Maple Leafs. Against the Spezza line. Filatov bobbled the puck at the blue line and put a teammate offside. Early on, no score. The Battle of Ontario is underway again on Hockey Night in Canada.
Hey fans, I'm over here. Hey fans, I'm over here in the real sports.
Defensive players, he attracted the puck.
Yeah, Jason Spezza, great anticipation and great hockey sense. Something you can't teach. And he's sitting on the bench. He knows he's coming on there. He goes, okay, let's watch. I know exactly where this puck is going to go. Thank you very much. Now you're going the other way. And they get a good chance offensively. Anticipation. Just knowledge of where the puck's going to go before it gets there. Good example of it there, guys.
He is going to have to be very good offensively this season, one would think. He's given way to Daniel Alfredsson's line here. Alfredsson with Nick Foligno over on the left wing, steps into the top in the middle. Jake Gardner back to the puck for Toronto. Kobe Armstrong for David Steckel out of his reach. Ryan Lee paired with Chris Phillips. Each of these Ottawa pairs has a veteran and a relative newcomer to the NHL. Greg Anderson has not faced a shot on goal yet. 7.5 minutes into the game. A similar start to Toronto Thursday night against Montreal. There's Gardner jumping up in the play. 4 leads in. And just missing is Tyler Bozak, who tried to tip the puck and back the other way. One man back as Spezza moves in. Weak back. Leon Canuck eliminated Spezza. Filatov is on the puck. McCulloch is in front of the net. Spezza takes over. McCulloch, quick shot, and Reimer was ready for that, made the save. Put up is chased by McCulloch and uses the net as a pick to get up. Here's Kessel. Gives a long pass. Tipped before it comes to Joffrey Lupul. Cowan is tripped up and he's pushed the puck ahead and down out to center. And a penalty being called once again, and Joffrey Lupul is going for a trip on Cowan.
Well, 2 trips up the ice for the Toronto Maple Leafs and a lot of cross-ice passes that resulted in 0 shots. And at some point, you have to look up at the board and say, we got a goose egg here, guys. Get it on net. And on the ensuing play, the puck in return, just an errant stick by Lupul. So the Ottawa Senators, who didn't really generate much, Jim, on that first power play, get a chance to go at it again. Chris Neal on the ice, you'd expect him parked out inside in front of Reimer.
Advantage have the 18-year-old centers out there. Colin Greening is the most. Neil constant early this season. The power play for Ottawa is that Carlson and Gonchar are the point men for the full 2 minutes in all likelihood. There's a centering pass to Pendelcab, and Gonchar couldn't get a good shot on it. Philip Dupuis came out and checked it. Gonchar trying to keep the puck alive, and David Steckle through.
Another good example of aggressive play by Steckle. Even though his other forward was already fighting on the wall, he read it perfectly. Outman the Ottawa Senators, got the puck out.
Here comes DeCosta, straight up the net. Couldn't get the shot, had his stick checked, and Ryder covers up.
And you got a pretty good example why the Ottawa Senators are pretty excited about this young man. 90 points in 66 games at Merrimack College. He's an offensive-minded player, little outside, inside, and just couldn't get control of the puck as he got through. Did a nice job of keeping his legs going while making a move with the puck.
Now taking the face-off against Matthew Lombardi, and DeCosta's going to get waved out. And a clean win for Lombardi. Got the Ottawa Senators hustle in and got the puck. Albertson did that. He's with Foligno and DeCosta. And Foligno's pass tipped by the stick of Matthew Lombardi and up the center. Albertson regrouping at center. DeCosta, an aggressive play there again by Lombardi, and he cleared the puck, and Ottawa came in to get set up. Here's Erik Karlsson. DeCosta. And someone moves the puck around for Albertson. Gonchar right behind him. Grabowski took that pass away. Anderson and Commissary come back for the puck and clear. And the penalty killers change up again. Grabowski and Kuhlman come on. Shen and Phaneuf. Behind McCulloch. Puck away from him. Around the Filatov, he lets it go for Gonchar. Under pressure, just keeps the puck in. Filatov missed and Shen didn't. Anderson with a long pass on the mid-league change. And Filatov drops the puck out to Jason Spezza. For Brian Lee. Screen shot just missed the net, and McCulloch in front. Philippe Kuba. Late in the power play. Quick stick again, and the tip for Lupul from Bozak. Joffrey Lupul. Stopped by Anderson. Now Bozak. Backhand pass into the middle of the ice. Here's Joffrey with the shot. Big rebound off Anderson. Hasn't been very busy, but he's had to be sharp now. And here's Jason Spezza on his own. His teammates are on a change. He finds some time, and he just centered blindly, and John Michael Lyles cleared the puck away. Eric Cowan is back. That's a nice call against Toronto. They'll not be able to change. Close call for Joffrey Lupul.
A tough start for Anderson, as you mentioned. He hasn't had any action at all. Lupul out of the box does a nice job of getting hard to the net. Now there's a little bit of the typical by the defense lead. To watch Lupul, instead of just taking it to the outside, he takes it hard to the net. Does a nice job of a power move to his forehand, but I think Anderson's body and legs got in the way of that.
Tyler Bozak came on and won the face-up, but the Maple Leafs cleared the puck over the glass. And a stop in play then with 10 minutes and 48 seconds gone in the first period. A scoreless game in the Battle of Ontario on Hockey Night in Canada.
Hockey Night Bio brought to you by Subway Restaurants. With 9 defensemen on one-week contracts last year for the Senators, at the start of training camp, Jeremy Cowan was tough for making the roster. He, of course, did Spezza, who really thought highly of the young blue lineup. He felt he had so much composure in the puck. He was such a young and big guy, and he also couldn't believe how professional he acted before games. The experience he eventually gained playing for the World Juniors and, of course, winning a Calder Cup last year with the Baby Sens, guys, that's going to be beneficial for him in the long run.
But you would think, Cassie, there are going to be some growing pains with Cowan in the lineup and Carlson, who's one of the more experienced guys now. And David Lundblad, who's not playing tonight. Puck out of play, right down by Glenn Healy.
One guy that is playing tonight is the manager. Now watch it. Look at how he looks in front of the net at 14 Greening and then throws it, no look pass, back to Gonchar. That's incredible vision, incredible hands. Another look at it here. It's just the pass you don't expect to get, not only from a defensive standpoint, but from the goalie. You shock the goaltender as well when you throw it to spots you don't expect.
It's a hit for Ottawa. 2011 draft, he's a big boy. And they're going to give him every opportunity here in the first 10 games. See if he can stick.
Be a tough decision for him to keep him up past that. He's going a year of Arvin and a year of free agency.
But if he earns it, they're willing to do it. Here's DeCosta. Gonchar was with him, but he slowed up. It could have been a 2-on-1, and Gonchar looked like he didn't want to go. Here's Daniel Alfredson. Cycles back. Foligno's all tied up and still tied up, and Alfredson takes the puck from DeCosta. And the boos rain down on Daniel Alfredson. DeCosta's centering pass. Cowan is up in front of the net. And now he hits Armstrong and got his stick up on him, and the play is stopped. And you see Armstrong is down. And Cowan's going to get a penalty.
Oh, this one looked to me like it was Armstrong selling it. And might be fooled watching the replay, but you can see the face of Cowan. He doesn't think he did anything. How close does it come? The stick gets lifted up and does come across the face. It's the jump back. That was a very, very late call. But Armstrong is bleeding, and this is going to be a 4-minute penalty.
4 minutes. One of the new guys for the Leaf League, we mentioned Steckel and his face-off. New to the team, but watch his communication. It's almost like a quarterback instructing. You pick up him, I'll pick up this guy, and we finish our checks, and there's no offensive chance for the Ottawa Senators. It's tough to do when you come to a new team. You got to settle right in. You're uncomfortable about communicating, but he's been a leader right off the bat.
So a 4-minute power play for Toronto. They went 0 for 4. Late number 1. It's a good hustle here by Zach Smith. Number 15 gets down the ice shorthanded by he's Eric Condra. Ryan Lee and Chris Phillips as the penalty kills. John Michael Lyles with Dion Phillips to come in the power play. Little drop back play, and Phillips moves in. A tip right off, and Anderson made a nice save on Mikhail Grabowski.
Well, I like the combination now with Jean-Michael Lyles in the neutral zone. He's lugging the mail out. You've got Dion Phaneuf on one side. A little bit of a set play, a drop back, and then the speedy Grabowski goes right up the middle, and that's a tough play for Anderson. That is just the third shot on goal that Anderson's had to face.
Grabowski got the draw on his own. From Kuhlman now, he throws the puck to Lyles, but he passed it behind him. Lyles had to turn around. Grabowski missed the pass. Here's Matt Fratton, number 39. Forced to the boards by Lee. Grabowski is there, and he's checked by Phillips. Pollock couldn't get a hold of the puck. Lyles is got it. Backhand dish to Fratton, and off the puck in his feet. Kuhlman cycles back for Grabowski. Anderson trying to check here. There's Nikolai Kuhlman. Fratton's parked in front of the net. Phaneuf got a weak one away. It was Spencer trying to keep it from loading up the puck. And the Leafs will stay on the power play. Mikhail Grabowski has their first power play goal of the season and the first goal of the game.
Glenn talked about no-look passes. Well, here's a beauty by Kuhlman. It's just a loose puck. Watch how quickly he just throws it right to the front and no hesitation. And for Grabowski, watch how he readies himself to shoot this puck. It's the bottom hand down low. It's on his stick and off in a split second. No chance at all for Anderson. He overplayed to his left, and it's right off the post and in. And as I mentioned, Jim, most importantly, within the first 2 minutes of the power play, so the Leafs stay right on the power play again.
Kuhlman and Phaneuf get assists on Grabowski's goal at 12:58.
Toronto power play goal, his first goal of the season.
Another great example example of you don't have to shoot hard in that position. You just have to get it away quickly.
Leading the power play to center. Phil Kessel takes over. Joffrey into Tyler Bozak. Kessel behind the net. He's double teamed here by Gonchar and the puck squirts loose to Zach Smith. And he finds an opening and gets the puck to center. Jake Gardner and Carl Gunnarsson, the point men in the second power play unit. Anderson slowly to center. Bozak for Gardner and jumps up. Phillips in front of him. Puts the puck in the corner. Bozak anticipated, and he got the puck back. Lupin with Phil Kessel. That's a return pass. It surprised him from Carl Gunnarsson. Kessel walks in. Bozak to Gunnarsson. His shot is blocked. Lupin turns around and shoots the puck at the bucket to the corner. Gunnarsson up against Conrad. Held the puck in for Joffrey Lupin. Here's Kessel. To the net. Passes in. Albertson got back and made a play, keeping Bozak from putting the puck in the net, and Anderson covers up.
On the first goal, guys, Anderson, you saw it last night, deep in his net, and again tonight, he's up to the same antic. He is too deep in the net to make this save. You've got to at least explode out to the top part of the crease. So it's in the net. Hey, new looks on the power play. Well, Scott Gordon, there he is, the coach of the Leafs. He's in charge of the power play. He's standing on a box. That's new as well. None of the other Leaf coaches have a box. So if he's going to see those new look plays, I guess he's got to be 6 inches taller.
This is a new look breakout to drop that.
Pratton shoots. Anderson made the save. Drop back got the Leafs. Good clean entry into the attacking zone, and they got set up, and then Grabowski lost the puck, and Kuba clears it.
Definitely a little bit of a different wrinkle. You can see the defenseman coming up and a drop back to the forward. So Ottawa makes a bit of an adjustment, gets a little bit more aggressive with their first forechecker to take that away.
Line pass to an open ring, nobody there but Phillips. Cowan's back on. Spencer had the puck taken away. Up the middle to Queen to David Stepp. In on Phillips with a shot. Anderson made an easy save. There's Philip Dupuis, backhand wrap around, and Anderson made a tougher save. And he hangs on. I know it's only game 2, but the Leafs have a power play goal, and they haven't given one up. And they lead 1-0 over the Ottawa Senators on Hockey Night in Kansas. All the new teams get a book on everybody.
142 days from the trade deadline, and the rumor mill started already. Love it.
Why not, huh?
There's Colby Armstrong from Toronto deep in his own zone. David Stickle puts the puck off the Commissary to his mobile partner, Jake Gardner. Stickle trying a one-touch pass, and he one-touched it into the Ottawa bench.
Well, for the Ottawa Senators, a lot of change, a lot of new faces, and little Paul McLean. It's going to be an interesting year for him. When you think of his 6 years in Detroit, the winning percentage was a .681. Didn't see a whole lot of bad times. Made it to the Stanley Cup Finals twice there. This is going to be a year that's going to be a little trying on the patience, a lot of developing the young players, and a whole lot of teaching going on for this coaching staff.
He's an experienced coach. Before he was assistant coach, he was a long-time head coach in a few different leagues. There's a shot by Queenie. Myron made the save. Myron Queen with his advantage jab. He's got Chris Neal in front of the net. Chris Neal with the puck towards the net, and down in front. Queenie's batting at it. James Reimer covers up. Pretty good shift here for the Zibanejad line.
That's a tough play for Lyles, as it almost looked like he grabbed it as he was in the crease. And he just froze and didn't make any movement because of the positioning he was in. I like this mix, though, having a guy like Neal with Zibanejad gives him a little bit more room down low. Does a nice job of getting to the loose puck. Here's the puck in the air and watch right into the waist of John Michael Lyles, and he does a good job of not moving and not getting his hand on it.
Hey, all this, guys, here's a dump that starts the play. Reimer, get out of the way. Stop it and get out of the way and let your defense play the puck. It's all created because he gets in the mix.
Senators got the draw. Reimer makes the save with a sharp angle shot, and this time he's got a hold of the puck again.
Jim, the face-off war again. You mentioned the fact that when it's not Steckel, a lot of times it's Bozak. Well, the guy who's been pretty effective on the face-off dot is Konopka. And he just outpowers Bozak. Bozak loses his stick, and Konopka goes right to the front of the net, and that's where the scrum ensued.
And they're going to do it again.
Well, the book on Konopka, guys, is he cheats on the draws. That's one of the reasons he wins so many of them.
Now look where he was there. His stick was way over.
He got thrown out.
Now he's thrown out. That's his book. So the linesmen have books on all these guys.
Zach Smith's pretty good center iceman too, and he won that draw. Kuba beats the puck in. Eric Conrad let it go. Smith taken out by Gunnarsson. Bozak up the boards, and Lupo gets the puck to center. Foote jumps up to join Phil Kessel and gets the puck in deep. Acting on Carlson, who let the puck go, and Joffrey Lupo got it. Here's Phil Kessel. Trying to keep the puck away from Kuba. Phillips with a shot. Anderson the save. The rebound is gobbled up by Eric Conrad. Kuba. Wing wide to his partner Carlson. Gets out over the blue line and gave the puck away to Phil Kessel. Just onside. He had to turn back. I thought he was offside. And he played the puck to Grabowski coming off the bench, and the Leafs complete a change with possession of the puck. Dion Phaneuf. Nikolai Kulemin, and the play is stopped offside.
Right now, the pace of this game is starting to pick up a little bit. There was a pushback by Ottawa with those two good shifts. But now, Ron Wilson comes right back with his most dangerous line, which has been Grabowski, Kulemin, and Fratton to this point. Try to get some of that momentum back late.
Michael Lyles. Chin against the Spezza line. This line's pretty much head-to-head throughout the game of 5-on-5 so far. He's against Spezza. McCullough off the leg to center. Mason Spezza in tight. Bobsky got the puck to Lyles. The center, and it's shooting. Anderson out the puck had to reel it in, and he played it in over.
That was pretty close there. He bobbled it.
Here's Grabowski again. Gardner shoots. Puck in front of the net. Anderson swimming trying to get the puck. And he got the quick whistle as it came loose at the side of the net.
Red Healy showing at the other end. Reimer misplaying the puck, and that almost cost the Leafs. Here's another one where Anderson loses it. Does he play it outside? Oh, barely. And that follow-through definitely was through. But a good pinch down by Grabowski. Puck battle won along the boards as Colby Armstrong gets it down, and Jake Gardner almost getting his first National Hockey League goal. Buried that one in the chest of Anderson.
Nice heads-up play by Grabowski. Steckel came on and won a draw in the attacking zone. Gunnarsson to the net, just wide of it. Cowan rubbed down along the boards. Philippe Dupuis knocked down by Gonchar. Cowan handed the puck out against Carl Gunnarsson. Colby Armstrong now trying to hold the puck in. Turning back to Gonchar with Jared Cowan. Up the boards, and finally, oh, maybe not. Too soon. Finally, Ottawa gets out of its own zone, but they're not quite there yet. A shoot in by Stefan Gunnarsson is back. He took a hit, made the play, and got the puck quickly up the top of the loop. He's got Bozak with it. Kessel comes out. Kessel shoots.
Does a nice job of driving the defenseman deep and then stopping up to create that lane. And Glenn Healy, you talked about Anderson being deep in his net. He was once again getting caught, and Kessel made him pay.
It's a line change off of the bench, and you're right. You know, and you got to have a book on shooters too. Chances are Kessel's going to shoot the puck. He likes doing it.
And it come again. And that was stopped by Craig Anderson. Here's Ramos with a shot into the glove of
the fact that he hesitated for a second. He had Bozon at the side, and that little stutter with the stick, I think, froze the goaltender. Well, there aren't many players on the Toronto Maple Leafs who can make that shot. Just a quick little release and put it exactly where he had to, up and over the glove of Anderson.
You're right, Simmer, about loving to score against Ottawa. He scored against another team more than the Senators. That's his 17th goal against the Sens.
Right-wing pass is knocked down at center ice by Nikolai Kulik. Oski back in. They got the puck to center. It took the Leafs a little while to get going here, but they're up to 10 shots. They're at 2-0. They have a power play goal. Ryan Lee starts out of the zone zone to Zach Smith. And his puck to pick. Grabowski. Deep. Stopped by Anderson. Patiently, Anderson just stayed with him, and it very nearly could have been 3-0 before the period was over.
I just think for Grabowski there, he just out-punked himself. He had too many options going in his head. Did a great job to get at the puck. Now you got to shoot that puck. Hesitates for a second. Now he's got bodies all over, but a heads-up play by Anderson. He stayed square to the shooter, shuffled across the net, and gave him nothing to shoot at.
9 seconds of the period. Senators need the break here. It's come undone in the late stages of this period. There's another shot. Anderson forced to make the save just at the buzzer. And he was under siege in the last 5 minutes of the period. The Maple Leafs didn't have a shot on goal in the first 7 minutes, and they ended up with a dozen of them and a 2-0 lead on goals by Grabowski and Kessel. And here's the last save.
Well, for Anderson, at least he's given his team some confidence going in. Those are 2 big saves to keep this a 2-goal game.
The Leafs are ahead, 2-0, the margin they won by. In game number 1, the Senators need a regroup. And coming up is Don Cherry, Coach's Corner on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Tomorrow night, the Winnipeg Jets take on the Montreal Canadiens. Then the pressure mounts on an all-new Battle of the Blades. It all starts tomorrow at 5 Eastern on CBC. Guys, I had an opportunity to speak with assistant coach Dave Cameron for the Ottawa Senators. They're really only talking about positive stuff during the intermissions. They're keeping the game to the simplest form for these young players, literally a shift at a time. They really thought, though, they missed an opportunity on the power play. Jim?
They did that, although the Leafs are pretty good penalty killers. It's an interesting mix that they've got, and I'm not sure where Paul McLean looks when he needs a calming influence, a shift to settle things down.
I think that's what's so noticeable. You don't have that veteran presence up front. And this line here, Jason Spence's line, you think of that offensively, but he's not known as a guy to settle things down defensively.
Mason on the ice right now with McCulloch and Filatov. And in comes Matt Pratt, singing pass, stopped by Anderson. And in the opening seconds of the second period, this Toronto line centered by Mikhail Grabowski has come close again.
A lot more of the same for the Senators. Look at a turnover just outside the blue line. Good job by Pratt going hard to the puck. And that time Mikhail got beat by Kulik towards the net. And Anderson, after 2 big saves to end the first period, gets another one here early in the second.
DeCosta won the face-off. Brian Lee left the puck for Chris Phillips. Center, here's Nick Foligno to DeCosta, and he missed the pass, and the Leafs turned back the other way. Bozak, midfield with Kessel, in on Phillips. Hooks the pass into the middle, and he turned it over to Foligno. Alfredson to Phillips, who jumps up on the play. And then Alfredson dumps the puck. Leon Phillips. Just flipped an aerial to center. Bozak is there. Kessel jumps in, takes the shot. Anderson makes the save. He juggled the puck and then held on.
Jim, one of the differences for the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first game and one period has been good, solid penalty killing. They're 7 for 7 now in the early parts of the season. Don't overplay the outside, keep the power play along the walls, get in good shooting lanes, take away the opportunities there. And this is a marked improvement and almost has already led to one shorthanded goal. And almost had one by Lupo coming out of the box.
And it's pretty much all the new guys, especially up front, that are killing penalties.
I just like the active sticks. This seems a lot more under control and coordinated pressure. When one guy's going, the other two are following.
Steckel and Armstrong trying to get out of the own zone for Toronto. Puck's held in. Leakage of minutes back. Chris Neal through a hit at John Michael Lyles. Luke Chin with Philippe Dupuis. Big wide, Lyles off the boards to center. Jared Cowan stepped up. The other number 2, Luke Chin, got a hold of the puck. David Steckel dumps it in, shift over for Toronto. 20-year-old Jared Cowan. Partners with Descartes Tar. Bounced one off the leg to the slot. There's a shot that went off the stick off of Zach Smith, another play.
A lot of new guys on both rosters, but one guy understands the hate. The Battle of Ontario is this guy. This is in the first period. Neil tries to attack the big shed. He understands you've got to drive the physical play up, try to drive the intensity level up. I've played in these rivalries. Didn't like Ottawa. Ottawa didn't like us. Great playoff battles. Ottawa needs more of that all the way down the roster.
Rekindle the rivalry. There's a whole bunch of players that haven't been
there, yeah.
I want the days of Darcy Tucker jumping on the bench again. Remember that?
Give him a little time. Here's Grabowski, Fratton, and Kuhlman back in action again up against the Stetson line. And they've been matched up all night, and so far the Grabowski line is winning this little battle. Fratton's had the puck get out of his reach up against Kuba. Grabowski steps in, couldn't control the puck. Spezza, Kuba. And out to center. Gunnarsson stepped out in front of Filatov and got the puck back in. Both teams making changes. Here's Carlson with an outlet pass. They'll land McCullough. Squeezed off of the boards. Komisarek is back. Flushed out by Albertson, who took the puck. Centering pass in his feet. And Phil Kessel is back. Makes the play to Komisarek. Off the boards, not out. He'll get another chance. And this time he got the puck to center. Albertson, DaCosta, and Foligno. Foligno has to regroup. DaCosta was offside. Komisarek steps up. Takes a bump as he dumps the puck in. Chris Phillips is there. Back to center. DaCosta chased by... Oh, what a break here. Dion Foligno stepped up and got DaCosta. Right in the middle of the ice, and that was a... Dion Phaneuf step up and hit.
Dion has said it's not going to change his game, and he could still be aggressive. Last week, Don Cherry showed the hits by Scott Stevens, and the league and Brendan Shanahan had said all those hits, as Ron had mentioned, would be legal. This is very much like this is a body-on-body, shoulder-on-shoulder hit. And that's one a young player learning how to play in the National Hockey League. Bang, down he goes. That, to me, is perfectly fine. Look at Alfredson's reaction. He was trying to get out of the way, and then they jump in.
Nick Foligno goes after it. Phillips came in.
Combine that, guys, with last night. So 2 games played this season for the Goss is 6 in total. Last night, it's Cleary that takes a run at him and gets him pretty good. In fact, gets him so good that he's got to go in and get stitches. So here we are. This is your 48 hours worth of work. That one hurts. Ouch. Here we go. And then the one tonight. Quite a Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, he's not a big player either. I don't
Well, that's
wear him down.
That's just learning too, understanding who's on the ice with you. And yeah, if you think about these new rules, well, his first game, this is a hit along the boards. Convoy from Ottawa gets nailed, and then Cowan comes and steps in. So Dion's no familiar to starting things off in the preseason. Well, here we have again.
Well, the only penalty on the play is a roughing call against Nick Foligno for his reaction, and That's as it should be. DaCosta is on the bench.
You hear what he said, my fault. And that's exactly right. Young player, my fault. Didn't know that number 3 was on the opposite side. Consider that a lesson learned.
Good to see that he's smiling.
Absolutely.
Toronto 1 for 2 with a man advantage on the ball.
Ottawa penalty to number 71, King 2 minutes for Huffman.
And Phaneuf is out of the power play. On with John Lyle.
The Senators,
Yes, Rozak up front.
at 3:14.
Phaneuf carries the puck in. Lupo sets up. Way back in behind the net. Kessler the finish. Overshot that one off the leg of Zach Smith, and that hurt him off the outside of his ankle. Here's Phaneuf again. Down in the room. Slides into the middle. Lyles has a screen in front. Lupo's there. Phaneuf one time. Anderson the save. Rebound. Taken by Conrad. He couldn't clear the puck. Kessler trying to feed the point. And a nice play by Zach Smith to Conrad. Here's a 3-on-1 short-handed. Conrad. Phillips. Power play starts out its own zone once again halfway through. Kessler. Now he picks up some speed. Had to feed balls out intercepted by Daniel Alfredson. Offside call as Cowan got hit by Lupo, and you can hear the linesman, the referee, telling them that this was offside.
I think he's going to call a penalty here, too. The communication on the ice was pretty clear, guys. Pretty loud on the ice. You can hear the referee and the linesman yelling, offside, offside. The crew should check anyways. Here's the play defensively. Dion Phaneuf just stayed in the middle, and that froze Cowan for a second. And with the pass back, not an offensive defenseman. Had that been Sergei Gonchar instead of Phillips, you might have had a better chance. But now Lupo ends the power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 46 seconds to 4-on-4. All the talk going. That's why the delay there by Cowan. He wasn't expecting to get hit when the call was made.
Scramble to Bobovsky comes up to the puck. Ian Kuhlman up to center and shoot him. Pumped him, then got the puck to the front of the net. There to take it away because of Vinicius. And barged over the blue line, and the play is stopped offside.
There's the new guys and the old guys, and one guy who's played 1,061 more games than DaCosta is this guy, Daniel Alfredson. Here's to him. This is thunder. Wow, you can feel that. Then on the bench, we talked about who's going to get some leadership in this team. It's Alfredson, DaCosta discussing the hit. Okay, next time, you got to know that guy's on the ice. He'll finish every time.
Alfredson's on the ice right now. Drafted in 1994, playing with Mika Zibanejad. He was drafted in 2011. There's Carlson. Zibanejad to center. Thomas Eric goes after him. Carlson's after the puck. Gunnarsson checking in. Ottawa's got a man advantage now. Foligno has expired. Power play moves in. Spencer, the pass to the net. There's the shot up high. Missed the goal. And it's bounced right to Carl Gunnarsson. They send Mike Brown away. And he just dumps the puck in shorthanded. Goes after Gonchar. Colin Greening up front. After the puck after it went off his stick. Spezza. Greening to the point. Gonchar. On the other side, Carlson moves in. Sets up Gonchar. He in turn sets up Spezza and shoots and Ryder makes the save. And the puck came off his blocker up into the netting with 27 seconds to go in the power play.
Well, right now we talked about all the new faces on the Ottawa Senators. And you look at 13 players, 25 and younger, and that's one of the reasons why it'll take a while to regenerate this Battle of Ontario. And for Paul McLean and the coaching staff, boy, just a lot of teaching and learning going on as you try to compete at this level.
5 players who won the American Hockey League Championship last year. 9 players that have under 100 games in the NHL.
That's why you just know you're going to make some mistakes. You're going to have sections of the game where things fall apart like they did last night.
What they did for a while in the first period here. Philippe Dupuis up against DaCosta. Is back in action. for the puck, and now he got a scrap at the benches. This is Chris Neal. Neal Chen's trying to battle back here. Neal's all over.
Be interesting to watch this one. I think Neal's going to get the instigator on this one.
Luke Chen's dad watching. Sort out the paperwork, and now Neal wants somebody else, or Komisarek wants him. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada on CBC from Toronto.
Well, they did drop the match close at the same time.
As a fighter, you want to stand up and get things going, but here's what happens. Initial penalty for Neal, and he gets another one for instigation, and as a result, you're going to have a guy in the box for 4 minutes. You're an Ottawa Senator, and then during the break, Old Horse standing up to Zenon Konopka saying, we got the next dance, no problem with me. I'll look for more shenanigans to happen, but Neal just tries to get things started, get some energy with his team. And as a result, he ends up taking 4 minutes in penalties, gets a 10, and is ejected from the game.
Wow, when I watched it live, I thought it was all Neal, but when you see that replay, Shen looked like he was quite willing and ready to get involved, didn't it?
But the book has been thrown at Chris Neal. And Toronto already with the 2-0 lead is on a 4-minute power play.
Chris Neal, 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for instigating.
It's roughing, instigating, and a 5-minute major for fighting. Straight up the middle, here comes John Michael Lyles on the power play. Leon Faneuf at the blue line, puck got away from him, and he wanted to make sure Zach Smith didn't get away from him.
Senators Chris Neal, 2 for roughing, 2
Jim,
for
here's where if you're
instigating.
trying to believe this is such a critical time to try to put this game deeper out of score on the power play, take advantage of your special teams.
Kessel, Kozak, and Lupo up front. Squirts to the front of the net, and comes from the all he can do is keep it in. Joffrey leaks, Condra poked the puck away from him, but right to clear Kessel. Enough, walks the line, fakes the shot. Kessel, trying to get away from Condra. Got some options here, he feeds Bozak, back to Kessel, just under his stick. Enough held the puck in. John Michael Lyles, enough. Thought about the one-timer. Now he feeds Lyles. Screen shot blocked by Condra. Lupo for Bozak. On the outside, Kessel. Lyles, one-timer off his stick. It's another power play goal. 3-0 in Toronto, and they'll stay on the power play.
So far as the 4-minute power plays have been effective for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're trying to get a shot from the big gun of Faneuf, but instead on a quick pass, Lyles with nobody initially in front, you get a double deflection. Lyles' deflection hit the Ottawa player out high, and then watch Joffrey with a bouncing puck just gets a pass and outstretched Anderson. Good body position in front by Lupo, a little push off, and then just a little tip to get it by Anderson.
Lupo's first of the season after he went the preseason without scoring. Power play goal, Lyles has an assist. Power plays 2 for 4, and working on its 5th opportunity right now. Anderson dumps the puck in net. Goes out against Cover. Here comes Jones, tried to center for Duke. Pratt. There's Gunnarsson as Gardner on the other side. Just killed the puck. He's right. Get the puck on his forehand. Nikolai Kuhlman. Gunnarsson. There's Kuhlman with room. Passes off. Centering pass. Grabowski stopped by Anderson. A terrific pass by Gardner to Grabowski, and Anderson made a big save, or it's 4-0.
Power play goal, 7:56. Joffrey Lupo,
Good puck movement by the Maple Leafs, a little bit more confidence right now. They're zipping the puck side to side, and Grabowski, he's all over it. He wants the puck. He's calling for it. He's tapping his stick. He's got good positioning, and Cowan just gets there. Now this is the 4-minute penalty, and as I said, does this look like instigator to me? Watch Shen. Shen comes down. He's going to engage Neal. He comes right after Neal, and then he already has one of his gloves off. And obviously, when you're seeing it in live action, the officials made the call. So that's a fortuitous play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
A minute to go in the power play. On the top, sitting in the penalty box, serving the penalty to Neal. Phil Kessel into the attacking zone. His pass is blocked by Saxon. Enough couldn't hold the puck into the line. Lyles, softly Lupul now. Set up Kessel off the skate. He shoots. Saxon got the shot and Anderson made the save. Here's Kessel. Coffrey Lupul. Kozak goes to the front of the net. Kessel walks towards the goal. Tried to set up Kozak, who was knocked down. Here's Lupul. Lyles closing in. After the shot. Didn't get much on it. Had to get it away in a hurry. Lupul trying to hold the puck in. And the center, Ryan Lee sends the puck deep. One last rush for this Toronto power play. Dion Phillips slowly out of his own zone. Filatov is back on. Power plays over. Left with a long shoot. To Freeze after the puck. And Chris Phillips from the center will get the puck out. Filatov won't get it out. He's checked by Armstrong. Steckel up against Carlson. Run out by Dupuis. Dupuis has Steckel in front of the net. Sapenicek. They're out for two. There's Filatov. Armstrong knocked against the boards. Phillips gets the puck. We're halfway through the second period. 3-0 Toronto.
Paul McLean looking a little energy to try to get back Ottawa back into this game. Last night they were down 5-0 and then responded to end up making a 5-3 game. Looking for that again.
Well, they've been in penalty trouble, and they've only had 3 shots on goal in the second period, down 3-0 in the Battle of Ontario on Hockey Night in Canada.
Canadian Rivalry Night Cup Stacking Contest. Now,
Mike Commissaric getting involved physically.
Well, it's against the captain, too, right? You've got to draw some emotional energy. 1 whack, 2 whacks against your captain, you've got to drive the level up. And here, Lee, as we see most players, will stand in front of a guy like Lupul and take the puck, either block the shot, but don't get tied up with him. He gets caught in between there and does neither, except go back to center ice because the puck's in the back of the net.
Lupul gets the goal, his first of the season. John Michael Lyles got his first point as a Maple Leaf with the assist. Kessel got another one, and all the big boys for Toronto are getting some scoring early on the first couple of games.
And the special teams, too. I mean, that's been the biggest focus of this Maple Leaf team. Has been a great start.
They said they had to improve the goals against, too, but nobody thought this would happen. They haven't been scored upon. Training, feed the puck to Jared. On the other side, here's Donchar with a shot. Got through the wide of the net.
Coming up on Gardner here. Interference call, Commissaric rather.
And Maple Leafs are going to be shorthanded, an opportunity for Ottawa to get back in the game.
Well, Mike Commissaric shaking his head. He doesn't like the call, but just some action around the net. Konopka, he's been a focal point. This gets in the way. Konopka grabs his stick, and that's why the argument came.
Yeah, big sales job.
Yeah. So a power play that was 2 for 3 last night in Detroit gets an opportunity here to try to get Ottawa back in this game.
Spezza got the draw, jumping straight ahead is Steckel though. Good effort. In the loss. Here's Philippe Dupuis. Shorthand. Showing the puck to Jason Spezza. McCulloch is with him. Filatov falling in behind. With his shovel pass to Gonchar, he couldn't control it. Spezza. Eric Carlson decided not to shoot. Waits for the screen. McCulloch goes to the front of the net. Spezza. Filatov. Here's Carlson. Gonchar's open on the other side and takes the pass. Walks in. Now he takes the shot. Mike Brown stayed with it all the way. Here's Spezza. He and Gonchar swap spots. Carlson trying to get open. Carlson backdoor to the shot off the stick right of the net. Blocked by Steckel and he broke his stick. McCulloch. Gonchar. Spezza wanted the puck. Gonchar holds on. They'll swap sides here. With Erik Karlsson who takes the shot. That's blocked by Steckel. Without his stick, he's still got a block. There's been 3 good ones on his shot. Senators still have the puck. Karlsson, one-timer, that's deflected off Steckel and off the glass. Still Steckel without his stick. Gonchar, Spittle shoots, that's blocked by Gunnarsson. And he'll come up 2-on-1. He's got Mike Brown with him. Gunnarsson takes the shot wide of the net. Pretty much speed there. They're both getting tired. They've been out there killing the penalty the whole time.
Over a minute and a half there.
Pollock stays on the ice along with Spezza. And now they're tired and they're starting a change as Lombardi, who's fresh, he's short-handed. Wide on town, he takes the shot. Anderson makes the save. And the Leafs force a face-off in the Ottawa end.
That last penalty kill shift, let's put it all in perspective. 4 block shots by the Maple Leafs. 4. Ottawa had 7 in all of last night's game. 4 within 40 seconds. 11 3-block shots for Toronto. There's the first one, Brown. That hurts. You know where it hits him. Steckel blocks 2. 1 without a stick, 1 that broke his stick, and then the last one, which is a beauty, which is Gunnarsson. Get right in the lane, get ready to block the shot, and he goes down the ice in 2-on-1. That is sacrifice. That's something you have to do for killing penalties.
That's just an ill-advised shot by Nikita Filatov, too.
One guy on the Ottawa power play that just hasn't been able to get open or really generate anything is the veteran Gonchar.
Thomas Eric steps out of the penalty box and meets Nick Foligno. Toronto still perfect on the penalty kill. Jake Gardner. Each man threatened, his shot is blocked. And Foligno starts out, he's got Alfredson with him 2-on-2. DeCosta's coming up late. Thomas Eric takes the hands. Robertson over to the puck. Foligno got loose there and fed the puck back to Philip Kuba. They put the puck to the net, turning it to DeCosta with a shot. That's stopped. And Nikolai Kunin clears the puck out to center. And he gave it to DeCosta. To Alfredson. Foligno and Kunin mixed up on the other side of the ice. Foligno hopping onto the bench now. And a loose puck up for grabs, and Phillips got back before Grabowski. Just on the side of the shot. Big rebound in front of the net, cleared away by Kunin before Condra could get to the puck. Vanacek, Greening, and Condra. There's Colin Greening. To Brian Lee on the other side to Chris Phillips. He takes a shot up high and missed the net. Ottawa's really changed up all its forward lines here. With the exception of that top line of Spezza, everybody else has changed. Here's Phillips forced back. Brian Lee. Down left to center. There's McCulloch just off the bench. Lyles was chasing and stops to the net. Couldn't put it over James Ryan. Erik Karlsson with a shot that deflected. There's a little energy here after the power play. 5 minutes to go in the period. Here's Tyler Bozak. He's got Kessel dropping in behind him. Bozak! Stick is checked by Karlsson. Lupo held the puck in only for a moment. Spezza is there, and he just threw the puck down the ice. And as Lyles goes back, this will be an ice call against Leonard.
Crowd reacting to James Reimer and the big saves as he takes a breath. For a while there, didn't seem much was happening around the Leafs net, but as you mentioned, Jim, Ottawa with a little bit of a push. A stop up by McCallick, 3 guys in front, and that one slips underneath Reimer. He's able to get that right pad out for a big save.
Dupuis stole the puck. Steckel took a shot at his stick check. Carlson with a nice outlet pass, and Spezza went offside on Filatov. Now a break in the action with Toronto having outshot Ottawa 20-15. They've outscored them 3-0 on Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
And didn't have a full practice with the team until Tuesday in the gym.
So they really needed Mika Zibanejad. And you never know when those other two center icemen come back, whether they'll keep Zibanejad around as an 18-year-old. But for now, he doesn't look out of place.
Never thought we'd watch the day of Alexei Yashin.
There's Zibanejad playing with McCulloch and Spezza now. They moved him to the wing, so Paul McLean is the gears grinding down on the bench. Go ahead.
Hey, from ice level guys, there are guys that are very talkative on the ice. Armstrong is one of them. Mahalik is another one. So back and forth. Okay, we're going to get at it. Yeah, you can take your visor off. We're going to go. It was amazing to see the chatter that goes on. Mahalik is a guy who really never talks, so you're really under his skin when you get him going like that.
Kobe has that effect on him.
Yeah, he'll bring it out of you, won't he? That's where when you have such a young team, too, you don't get a lot of that, do you? It's only the few guys that feel comfortable.
There's David Stickle. He's got to keep it in transit center. And Brian Lee made the play to break it up. Thomas Eric with a bouncing puck up against Filatov. Filatov now playing with Zach Smith and sending Konopka. Smith in after the puck. Filatov. Centering pass for Zach Smith. And Leafs knock it away, and up comes Matthew Lombardi. Colby Armstrong dumps the puck in. Lombardi not quite as noticeable in game number 2 as he was the other night. And the that's to be expected. He's been to the wall a couple of times here this year after coming to do that play.
And the advantage for the Leafs is that they don't play again until next Saturday. Lots of opportunity to manage his ice time properly, to get him that extra work to get him comfortable.
There's Foligno. Reach onto the puck. Luke Chen stays with him. John Michael Wiles. Kessel's line in front of him. Here's Mike Brown with a shot. That's stopped by Craig Anderson. Brown again. It's going to change here. Kessel, Brown, and Kropowski out here together right now. And Jared Challen takes over for Ottawa. Up the middle, he moves Stefan DeCosta with the pass. Sergei Gonchar. The center, Foligno dumps the puck in. Henderson is back. And Dion Phaneuf takes over. Foligno, Kowalski, and Fratton up front. Here's Nikolai Kuhlman. Takes the shot into the corner. Fratton couldn't get to the puck. DeCosta backhanded it up. Zibanejad. Checked by Dion Phaneuf. Ryan McCulloch. Anderson and Phaneuf take the puck back. Grabowski had to get away from him. And now he gets the puck back to the top pass. Matt Fratton shoots. Anderson make the save. And the puck deflected up off the netting out of play.
It happened on Hockey Night, presented by McDonald's. Vote for your favorite moments online and relive them every Saturday night.
Weekend 1 of Hockey Night in Canada. Toronto Maple Leafs and Ottawa Senators with the Air Canada Center. Jim Newsom along with Craig Simpson, Glenn Healy, Cassie Campbell, Pascal. Still to come tonight. Pittsburgh's in Calgary in the second game of our doubleheader. Tomorrow afternoon we'll witness firsthand the return of the Jets up against Montreal on Hockey Night in Canada. Joffrey Lupo left the puck behind. Behind the play, Konopka mixed up with Shen and Commissary.
Again, getting in the mix. Commissary has had his words with him.
That was the Leafs at the stand of all this now.
Yeah, exactly. When you got a 3-0 lead, you're trying to finish off this second period. You don't want to be chasing him. Here's where Mike Commissary had something to say to Konopka. That puck was long gone, and Konopka just followed through. And on the offside, that's why Commissary came back at him.
There's Paul McLean, who not only has coached for a while, but he played, as mentioned earlier, in Winnipeg. He was a fixture for Dale Howard, great goal scorer. 7 seasons, he had 3 40-goal seasons, and 6 of the 7 he was over 30 goals. And he had the stash even then.
Yeah, did he ever? A little bit ahead of hair.
to center. Concho, checked by Kessel, following his Boza. Kessel scores!
Lazy on the play, loses the battle. Phil Kessel gets it to him. No recovery at all. And this is eerily similar to last night when Ronchar got beat up the middle and didn't work hard to get back. If I'm a head coach calling a play and you got to be driving you crazy, that's one of your leaders. And Phil Kessel, he's not going to miss from there. Great hands, good effort. And that all started with a good hard forecheck by Kessel.
And you hate to say there's a fatal flaw in these two nights for Anderson, but again, another example of him being beat in the net.
Right now, and the Leafs couldn't make him pay. Phaneuf takes the shot.
Toronto, his second of the season.
Playing talk about not pulling him in the game in Detroit, but I can't imagine, Jim, that we're going to see Anderson here in the third period. Would you?
There's a good chance that Alex Auld take off the ball cap. He's got onto the end of the bench and come in here. The Leafs ahead 4-0. Complete control of the game, having outshot Ottawa 23-15.
From Tyler Bozak and Jean-Marie Legault.
Pollock got shot in the last 30 seconds of the second period. Gathers in the puck. There's three really young defensemen in this Ottawa lineup. Carlin is down and he got caught. Here's a shot. Anderson stops. Philippe Dupuis set up by Grabowski. And this could easily be 5 or 6 now. And they come again. Nikolai Kulemin. It stretches where Ottawa stays with it, but then it looks like they're nervous, fall apart, and can't get it back together. And they need another regroup as the horn sounds to end the second period. Coming up on our Kraft Egan second intermission. We'll hear more from the studio, and we'll hear from Cassie Campbell-Pascal as well. And we wonder if we'll hear from Craig Anderson again tonight. Phil Kessel has a pair. Toronto's ahead 4-0 after 2.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Centre, where it's 4-0 after 2 for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Ottawa Senators. And we've got quite a few people in the crowd. There's Amber Phaneuf is in the crowd, and Dion Phaneuf's mom, Alicia Cuthbert, the girlfriend of Dion Phaneuf, and of course his grandparents, Ron and Bernie MacArthur, the maternal grandparents of Dion Phaneuf. First time this week. They were here Thursday night. They're here tonight, but they've actually had an opportunity to watch Dion live in a Toronto uniform. A nice Thanksgiving weekend for the Phaneuf family. Jim?
Well, we like the results, and they saw the big hit from Dion. It's part of his game tonight, the big hit on DaCosta. His team up 4-0, and that's Alex Auld in goal for the Ottawa Senators. He's taken over from Craig Anderson, who's sitting on the bench. Auld in his second tour of duty with the Senators is the backup, and he's in action tonight at 4-0. Here's Carl Gunnarsson walking in. He takes the shot. Auld skews that aside. The centering pass and collapse into the net to take the puck as Daniel offers it to Alan McCulloch is center. He's with DaCosta. And they're turned back, and here comes Nikolai Kulemin. Dumps the puck in. Tyler Bozak forechecking as he comes off the bench. Auld played the puck to the board. Colin Greening. Got from behind by Joffrey Luca, but the puck went across the ice. Filatov with a drop pass. He gave the puck away to Phil Kessel. He couldn't set up Joffrey Luca. All not to play the puck. Chris Phillips. Greening couldn't get out. Phillips followed him and got the puck. Excuse me, Jared Cowan. Slapped in by Colin Greening. Long pass by Lee. Shen Kessel's after the puck. Cowan, number 2 for the Senators, ahead to Nikita Filatov. And for Jason Spezza. Loops and feeds Colin Greening. He's got Gonchar right with him. The drop pass. Greening cuts to the net. Scores! Senators get one back, and the Leafs have given up their first goal. Colin Greening with his first of the season.
And almost a nothing play as Spencer turns back. That creates a little bit of a gap. Miscommunication between the Leaf defense, and then Greening just under the arm. Reimer gives up his first goal of the regular season, but this is a nice little pass by Gonchar, and then that quick hands by Greening gets under the arm of Reimer.
Just like last night, they fell behind 5-0. Senators battle back in by 3 on Detroit. James, the goaltender, has 1 on Toronto here at West 41. It gives the Benachat for check.
Ottawa goals is
Shane Gardner, he ran into Eric Conrad and sent him.
I think the challenge too for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Jim, is to become a team that no matter what the score and how well you play, you can be a 60-minute team. It's hard not to sag a little bit after a good, solid second period, the 4-0 lead.
Jason Spezza also got an assist on the Greening goal. Here's Jake Gardner. He took the shot, all made the save. Gardner stays right up in the play. Cycles back for Matthew Lombardi. Holds an oar there in the Toronto fourth line shift. Spezza stepped in and then he was stripped to the puck. There's holds an oar, trying to make a move on Brian Lee. Brown follows, shoots, scores!
The fourth line very effective. Orr loses it in the traffic here, but watch the power move to the net by Brown, and Orr stands on top of it, takes a beating, but grabs that loose puck.
First goal in 39 games for Colton Orr.
When you talk about goalie changes, guys, how does it happen? Here's how it happens. McLean tells Ald knows he's going in, and he waits there, and he waits for the trainer to come across, tells the trainer, okay, get my stick number 1, get my mask, end of the last period, and there, Anderson gets told by McLean, you're done.
Mikhail Grabowski just kept trying to go over his first game. He's done for a couple of minutes here. Toronto's been penalized on the power play, trailing 5-1.
It's going to be an interesting battle for that fourth line of the Toronto Maple Leafs as well, with Rosehill coming out of the lineup. Brown gives it a good solid speed, and you got Matthew Lombardi down there playing as well. You know that he's not going to last in that spot for too long as he gets more help.
Here's Ottawa on the attack on the power play. Gonchar's after the puck and after chasing the center. So that was shift after a goal against the vacant fourth line. It was up against Spencer's line, and Colton gets the goal. Erik Karlsson on the power play out of his own end. Shoot in, Dion put up first man back, step in the top. Gonchar off the play, but he couldn't hold the puck, and he gets David Stecker. Armstrong taking the puck, taking the
And Jim, once again, Sergei Gonchar just no intensity at all. I mean, there's another play in the offensive zone where he just gets beat, and now he's getting beat here again out of the corner.
Matthew Lombardi working hard. Back to the puck and standing off the puck. Gonchar very slowly. There's a long stretch pass. He got it through to Colin. He shoots. And Reimer got a little piece of that. Benachat couldn't control the puck. There's going to be a tipping penalty here. Toronto's still away. Matthew Lombardi. Hard pass from Luke Brown that went off Alex Hall. And as Spencer clears the puck, the play is stopped. It would have been a clean 2-on-1. Puck for the penalty to Erik Karlsson.
Karlsson and Gonchar struggled to get this power play on track, but there's nothing really Karlsson could do there. He tried to knock that puck down to keep it alive. And ended up forced to take the penalty.
What happens too, guys, when you have a right-hand shot trying to play the left point, that's a tough puck to keep in when you're shooting with the other hand. That shot, it's a little bit easier.
4-on-4 here for 41 seconds. Good improvement with Jared Cowell. Zach Smith in the center for Nick Foligno. Back for Smith. The puck stays in. Foligno. Smith couldn't control it as he comes to the net. Carl Gunnarsson to center. And Tyler Bozak with it. Kessel coming up late. Kessel takes the shot. Kessel's got a pair of goals. He scored a couple of hat-tricks in his career, but not for Toronto.
What a great start. I mean, nothing better than getting out of the gate quickly.
Nice shot handcuff Reimer, but a teammate there to get it after Conrad took the shot. There's the shot by Kropowski. Out of the penalty box and back on the power play now for a minute. The Maple Leafs have the man advantage and they've scored twice in the power play. Back to the puck. He's got Kuhlman and Matt Pratt with it. Nice little play back to Kropowski. There's Kuhlman. And up to the net off the skate. Chris Phillips. And a pass. Pratt knocks the puck down. His backhander stops. He made a pass up front. Kuhlman couldn't get the shot away. John Lyles to Phillips. Stops it. Pratt. Lyles shoots. That's blocked. And Conrad has blocked it with his stick. Gets to center and dumps the puck. And it peels out to the bench. And he saw that McCulloch was going to get there first, but he didn't go.
There's a couple of strange plays for Reimer there, mishandling the puck.
Free chop to the puck, couldn't get control. Jared Cowan forced back by David Steckel. Steckel's had another good night. Probably on the penalty kill. 11 of 15 face-offs, 7 of 8 in his own end. Armstrong's right on him. He threw the puck to second. Thomas Eric knocked down by Spencer. Steckel's just trying to get out of the way and get off here so there's not too many men on the ice. Jason Spencer over the blue line. Gone right. Half hard of him in the back. And he back up. Thomas Eric on his stick slashed in half. He wants a penalty. He doesn't get it.
That Phillips on the forecheck just exploded it.
Trying to relay the puck in front, couldn't get it there for Phillips. Here comes Matthew Lombardi. Pushing Gonchar back, holds up, makes a nice pass to Dion. Taken down in front of it. Down to the goals. Holds an oar. Had a chance to get another one. This time he's drawn a penalty. And the Toronto Maple Leafs are going back to the power play when Hockey Night in Canada returns in a moment.
One here on the forecheck. You can see Commissary going to play the puck. Whack, right on the stick. It exploded, no call. But the speed of the Leafs back at the other end and Filatov reaching. You could have given that to either Gonchar or Filatov. And now another power play.
7th of the night for Toronto.
That just tells you which team's skating though, doesn't it? A little bit more blue.
Philip took the shot that was blocked by Zach Smith. Tyler Bozak side of the net. Leafs get possession. John Michael Lyles blocked by Smith. Joffrey Kessel's in the corner. Bozak in front. Sneaking into the flank is Lyles. Kessel tries to defeat him with the pitch intercepted by Eric Conrad. And Zach Smith started at the center. Smith takes the shot. Reimer made a nice save with his glove, and then he squeezes the puck to make sure it stays in there.
Guys, you can see how thin the Ottawa centers are when Filatov plays on their top line. Okay, here's a guy in 2008 was drafted 6th overall, Luke Shen 5th. You could have had Tyler Myers at 12th. Instead, draft takes Filatov. He's taken by Columbus. Now he's obviously with the Ottawa Senators, but he had best get his game going, or his next line he's going to be playing on is going to be in Binghamton.
Couple forwards coming back, as mentioned. Peter Regan, Jesse Winchester.
It's one of those deals for Brian Murray, though. You hope a reclamation project. You hope maybe he can figure out how the game's played and come up with some offense.
There was a reason he was a first-round pick, and the Senators gave up a 4th pick to get him.
23 games last year, and nothing, no goals.
Hard hit there by Chris Phillips. He'll not go without one tonight as he got the calls. Here's Phaneuf. Power play recreates it set. 1-on-3. Chop the distance. Phillips is back. Ratton right on him. And Milan McCulloch clears the puck in and deflected onto a bench. Play is stopped.
There's been a lot of interesting things as the Toronto Maple Leafs get off to a good start again this year. Remember last year, the city was above, the Leafs were 4-0 to begin, and then things started to unravel. I think right now, the real focus for Toronto is to just keep it even keel, keep doing the little things that they've been effective at the first two games, and not get too far ahead of themselves.
They're still without two top six forwards, and Tim Connolly, who should play next Saturday, and Clark MacArthur, who's suspended until the next game, which is Saturday.
Makes for some interesting decisions, doesn't it? Look at that. Where do you play Matt Pratt? Phil Kessel with 4 points in less than 2 games without Connolly as the centerman. Bozak's done a nice job there.
Carl Denison. There's Matt Pratt. Fit right in there with Grabowski and Kulik. Back to Grabowski. John Alfredson is going to get a penalty. A tipping call. Daniel Alfredson with already a penalty in progress and 15 seconds to go in the Philadelphia line.
There's not much question of this. Watch the left leg of Alfredson. Right in there and under Grabowski and spills him. Much to the delight of this Toronto crowd.
15-second 5-on-3. And already Toronto has a 5-1 lead. Lupul. Back to Croft. Enough. And Joffrey Lupul.
Ottawa with the Leafs will resign the save.
Kessel. And another one's coming up. He's picked up the box. They're going to complain that this was deflected. And Tanaka's going to go.
A little discussion here between linesmen. I think this is the right call.
Things are going from bad to worse for the Senators.
This is one call, guys, that the referees and linesmen do debate, check with each other. You watch the play, it's pretty clear that it does go right into the crowd, and it's Rooney that looks at Dvorsky and says, yes, right call, and both have nodded to each other, and as a result, you're in the box.
You see the veteran Cuba though, he went right away and was pointing at Bozak, but clearly nothing going there.
So a long 5-on-3 already with a 5-1 lead. Cuba can't come up with the puck. It's not loose, and Zach Smith fought the puck out over the blue line. Then he took a slash at Lyles and got the back. Cuba, Phillips, and Zach Smith. 3 Ottawa penalties. Here comes Philip. Tyler Bozak left the puck at the blue line and inadvertently got the back. There's a good stick by Cuba. He's double teamed here and can't clear. Phillips can't get the puck. Too many Leafs there. Kessel takes his time to get control. Lyles and Phillips start to close him. Philip to John Michael Lyles. Kessel already has a pair. Lyles to Philip, and he shot the puck into the corner. Backing it down is Phil Kessel. John Lyles moves into the middle, takes the shot. All made the save, trying to fight through the screen of Joffrey Lupul. And he got a pretty good hack in the legs of Lupul. Right now.
For Toronto, the opportunity to get off to a good start, beating Montreal was out of this group. The first 5 home games was the only team that made the playoffs last year. This is one of those rare opportunities to start quickly. Jim, we can get a full week of practice before their next game.
Let's get the puck back. New line up front. Lyles and Phaneuf stay on the points. Dion Phaneuf. Grabowski. Kuhlman's in front. Trapped down the end boards. Takes the pass. Feeds it in front. Grabowski just punted it back. Phaneuf and Grabowski play catch. They switch with Lyles. Return pass to Dion Phaneuf. Back to Matt Pratt. Walks in. Shoots it in the post and it stayed out.
See how the box is just collapsing so tight that they're not getting the shots that they want. A long time it just hasn't been there, and Ottawa has just been collapsing back and trying to take away the low passing.
Cuba comes back on. Jared Cowan got some time.
You can bet in the week that the Leafs are off. This is one area that they work on. Probably haven't worked on it a whole lot in training camp.
Back to the pass through to the puck in Chasing after the puck at center. Bouncing puck. Here's Alfredson. Scores! A short-handed breakaway goal for Daniel Alfredson. And it's a 5-2 game.
Timing is everything, and the tired Leaf forwards in the offensive zone. Matt Fratton can't get control of the puck. Grabowski loses the battle, and Kuba just airmails one. And this is not an easy play to make for Daniel Alfredson. You saw when he came out. He read it perfectly, but watch the puck. Puck's rolling the whole time. Settles it down, and deep in his net was Reimer there as he was backing up on that one.
You know, give Reimer credit. As a goaltender, you got to bang your stick and let your team know that there's a man coming out of the box, and he did, but Leafs just didn't respond.
Ottawa shorthanded goal, his first goal of the season, scored by
Jason Spezza. Down by 3. Beats the puck to the corner for the middle.
Number 50, Zach Smith. Time of shorthanded goal, 11:04. Daniel Alfredson from Chris Phillips and Zach Smith,
And Sergei
11:04.
Konechar, the open man. Spezza rips a wrist shot wide of the net from the sharp angle and sends his defenseman back to center for the puck. Jared Cowan to Jason Spezza. Colin can't control the puck. He's stepping up and there's Carl Pedersen. Shots it out 32-20 in favor of Toronto. And the Maple Leafs a 5-2 lead. David Steckel dumps the puck in, contrast the first man back. Armstrong's right on it. Dupuis accepted that put away, but he couldn't control the puck, and Alfredson's out to center. Going forward, and now Erik Karlsson takes up the goal. Nick Foligno hit the back of the net, DaCosta steps in. Kuba mishandled the puck, and he'll play it to his partner. Erik Karlsson's back to the puck. Center. Carlsson gets the check. Grabowski dumped the puck in. Good shit. Matt Fratton took the puck into the middle. Grabowski takes off and then he gave the puck away, trying to make a pass to the Kuba. Fantastic turn. Neal comes in after. Chris Neal back in action. 19 minutes in penalties served. Here comes Grabowski. Good cut into the middle. Centering pass picked off and Neal takes it 2-on-1. Zibanejad is running and he shoots it off the crossbar and out of play. This could turn into a pretty close game here. And that puck went under the bar instead of off it and out. Good bid by Mikael Zibanejad. 6:50 to go, third period. 5
It's not really a close game, although it's starting to get a little bit close as Ottawa starting to put some pucks in the net. Tomorrow night after the Winnipeg-Montreal game, we're watching all new Battle of the Blades live performance show, followed by Cover Me Canada on CBC. And there is Amber Phaneuf, Dion's mom, and his girlfriend, Alicia Cuthbert. The Leafs will have a week-long break, as you mentioned, Craig, and they are going to Trenton. They'll spend 2 or 3 days at a military camp. At first, the organization didn't like the fact that they had this break, but they do with all the injuries now to Tim Connolly, Kadri, and Clark MacArthur will make his return next Saturday after fulfilling a 2-game suspension. Jim?
So it is an oddity in the schedule, just as it is an oddity that in the 6 games between these two teams this season, each one of them, Ottawa's playing back-to-back. That's the play the night before. Ottawa came close. Toronto back out to center. Phil Kessel. Luko's with it. Kessel hangs on. Passes off. Salsa. Beats the puck to Shen. Backhander into the corner. There's Eric Conley to center. Passes the puck across the ice to Spencer. Long race from the net. He put the shot on goal. Conley took a hit from Shen. And John Michael Lyle steps up and goes to center. He's on his own into the shift, dumps the puck in.
Well, one thing I'm sure Ron Wilson is liking what he sees. Got Phil Kessel keeping his legs moving. And when he gets skating and when he is attacking lanes, you have seen the byproduct. Great chance there. Crowd wanted to penalty, but didn't get it.
A little more pushing and shoving, and naturally Zenon Konopka's in the middle of this, and Mike Komisarek, and they've been at each other all night. And they'll likely continue their lively discussion as we step out for a moment with the Leafs ahead by 3 on Hockey Night in Canada.
Does each matter? Not if you want to be.
We can't report a goal this season for James Reimer now, but he's been pretty good.
They've been pretty good. 5 straight periods without allowing a goal. Pretty easy for your team to win 2 games, but that's the case. Control his rebound. He's looked very confident. And we were starting to think maybe he'd go 2 games without giving up a goal and having a shutout. Got to go back to 1930-31 when Warren Chabot went 5 straight games to start the season without giving up a single goal.
2 minutes for roughing.
Puck is just cleared over the glass here. There's going to be a penalty to Dion Phaneuf. Even though he shot at 150 feet, it's over the glass without a deflection. And already Mike Commissary got the extra penalty in the little skirmish with Sid and Konopka. Matt Fratton serving it, and now it'll be a 5-on-3.
Oh, makes the game up really interesting off the one draw, goes back, and he's just on his back foot. And you can see he leaned back and just ripped it. And got underneath that far too much, went right over the glass to the far side. So now you got 2 penalty killing defensemen in the box. And you see the communication now. Steckel making sure that his D go exactly where they need to be, and he won it right back to Gunnarsson. Perfectly done.
He's got money in the bank in his own end of the rink.
That's what Glenn was talking about. Look at it. 10 seconds gone. Takes about another 10 to get the back in and set up.
Shin and Gunnarsson are literally getting there usually together. 5-on-3. David Steckel. Gonchar on this 5-on-3 power play for Ottawa. Carlson down low. Gets a return. Gonchar one-timer. Missed the net. Spencer, Alfredson, McCauley up front. Carlson to Spencer. Beats it. In behind the net. Not enough by Reimer anyway. He had his foot up against that post, and the Leafs are able to clear the puck and Steckel to get a penalty killing change. Erik Karlsson to center. Spencer moves in. McCullough goes to the front of the net. Gonchar takes over. Karlsson on the other side. They'll start to close in now. Gonchar switches spots with Karlsson. Down to McCullough. Alfredson's in the slot. Spencer side of the net. There's the shot. The rebound came up to Spencer. There's Erik Karlsson. His pass. McCullough tried to bank one into the pass. Spencer scores. A 5-on-3 power play goal for Jason Spencer, and it's a 5-3 game.
I mentioned the key save earlier by Reimer as he was sprawled out and was able to keep his right pad against the post. This one, he got 2 whacks at it, made the save there. Spezza out top, good movement around the box. And this 1 save, 2 saves, and then you got to give credit to Spezza as he stayed with it. This is one for Lyles. You got to get hunting puck. You can see Shen came back and went at the body of Spezza. Spezza got down and hunted the puck and got not the first whack, but the second whack on it.
And good on Spezza for staying with the play. Hey, Zimmer, you mentioned 2 penalty killing defensemen in the box, so Shen has now played all of that penalty kill and was a little bit too tired and not quick enough to get back into the play. Eliminate Spezza. You know, Lyles on the one side, but he also had Shen too far up and not able to get back.
I've always been of the mindset, Jim, that even when you're defending in those situations, act like a forward. Instead of trying to go around the body of the player and trying to get hunting the puck. I mean, Spezza was all over it and put it in the back of the net.
Still a power play here, and a tip by Alfredson. He scores! Karlsson to Daniel Alfredson, another power play goal, and it's a 5-4 game.
Well, they need a timeout here in Toronto.
There it comes. Immediately, Ron Wilson with the team. And now we got 4:16, all kinds of time. And a game that looked to be, it was over. A 1 draw, and they just couldn't control the puck. And you credit Daniel Alfredson with everything about this goal. He got in, he got right to the net, he made a perfect deflection, but it was after the Steckel win. It's understanding what the centerman's going to do. And 2 goals in 8 seconds that's changed this game. Last night, the Ottawa Senators gave up 2 goals in 58 seconds, which ended it for them. Here, they got themselves some energy and some life. And for Paul McLean, I don't even think he could have expected this to turn around, would you?
So a shorthanded goal, then a pair of power play goals, and suddenly Ottawa's right back in this at 5-4 with 4:16 to go. And we're back to 5-on-5 here with the face-off at center ice. Jason Spezza and Daniel Alfredson 8 seconds apart.
Ottawa power play goal, his 2nd goal of the season and 2nd of the game, scored
change. Alfredson from Carlson at 15:44, the last goal.
Right. Here's how McLean, Glenn has changed his lineup too. He sees Alfredson, McCulloch going together now, and Spencer, who's been the hot one, get him right back out here on the ice.
Load up your line with the top veterans. Alfredson jumps to the puck. Boston trying to clear the can't. Spencer. Trying to fend off Luke Chen. And he does. Alfredson fires a shot. That just about got through. It's not just wide of the net. Now releasing a scramble in their own zone. Here comes Cuba. Spencer turning, trying to get away from Nikolai Cuba, but leans on him. Miles reaches in, can't get the puck with his stick. Here's Alfredson again. McCulloch in front, the pass misses him. This is Philip Cuba and goes the distance. Here's the test for Ottawa. Now they load up their line and change. And all their top players on one line. Now they call it Costa, Zibanejad, and Felina. Carlson, this kind of pass, and go the distance. And now this youthful line of Ottawa is trapped on the ice in an icing call.
Well, the one veteran for the Ottawa Senators, he does it off this draw. Watch, he expects the loss, and look at, he wins the battle around Dupuis. It's all Daniel Alfredson anticipating that Stecker was going to win and making it happen. Right after the goal put up, he decides, okay, we've got to settle this down. Hang in there, we're 5 shifts from everybody. We'll pull out of this with 2 points. No replay of the score sheet, just 2 points to get it done.
Felina onto the attack for Ottawa. Put the puck to the open board. Zibanejad wasn't there, but he got over to get the puck. He had to take it away and knock out the center. Tyler Bozak comes in for Kessler, goes in after Jared Cowan. Conta up the boards. Here's Mika Zibanejad into the attacking zone. Miles took the puck away to Luke Chen. Neal, and he got hit hard, but he made the play. Here comes Phil Kessler, moves in, scores! Senators are within 1 again with a puck 54 to go. Wow.
mean, for DaCosta, this is an absolute bullet pass by Carlson. Watch these two play catch. Through the seam, a fake shot and a slapper right on the stick, and no hesitation. For Reimer, trying to look through traffic, everything says that this shot's coming. Reimer can't see the pass, and DaCosta bears it up top.
We talked about DaCosta's magic vision, magic hands, and once a game he'll make a pass and you go, wow, you really do that on purpose? There's a good example of it, and a good finish by him as well.
Remember, one was this 1-4 and that was at the end of the second period. It's a 6-5 game now. Still a minute and a half to go. Costa from Carlson, who's got assists on 3 straight goals, and he's on the ice again in front of Cuba. Trying to thread the needle. He was rejected by Dion Phaneuf. And Alfredson. At the puck, deep, Carl Gunnarsson. Out to center. One-man back. It's Cuba. Here's Chuck Ruuga. Shoots it out. All makes the save.
Last minute play.
Alfredson as he hits to center. All hits for the bench. Extra time for Gunnarsson. The first is shot. Rebound off Reimer. Taken away by David Steckel. And he shot the puck onto his own bench with 49 seconds to go in the third period.
That's a tough break, too, because the face-off will go down in the Toronto zone now. And you can expect Paul McLean to take his time out and gather his troops. Well, if you're looking for no quit, this Ottawa Senator team showed it last night, down 5-0 to the Detroit Red Wings. And then now, even despite the big goal by Kessel, they came right back. And like you mentioned, for the goaltender, trying to see through traffic, no chance at all. Oh, what a play by DaCosta to control that hard pass.
And here's where a guy like Steckel really comes in handy, right? Because you can pretty much guess or imagine he's going to win 70+% of the draws to the game. While these ones are going to put a little extra special effort into win it. And once you get control of the puck, you get center, you've got no goaltender in the net.
Well, David Steckel getting set for the face-off. Still to come on Hockey Night in Canada from Calgary. It's Pittsburgh against the Flames. The Flames home opener. But first, we'll settle this one. 5 third-period goals for Ottawa after James Reimer hadn't given up a goal in 5 periods to start the season. Ottawa got the draw. Erik Karlsson passes off. Alfredson takes the shot. Reimer with a save. Alfredson's got it again. 6 attackers for Ottawa. Intercepted pass. Bill Kessel shovels the puck down the ice, and Alfredson's got to scramble back. After the body rally. Kessel will body. Trying to finish this off. And this is where they want to keep the puck. Not worried about a goal. One last chance to set it. Spezza has the puck. Carlson jumped up. He couldn't take the pass. Cleared by Kessel to center. That should do it. And there'll be one last stop in play with 4 seconds to go. As Phaneuf and Spezza got tangled up at the blue line.
Jason Spezza did the quick turnaround at the blue line, and he had a man flying right through the middle, but could not make the play. And then he and Dion Phaneuf got into a good wrestling match after.
It was Karlsson who's been
coming up.
Big part of the attack was right there.
And I think Karlsson might have taken it, Jim, had he not thought that it was going to come off the stick of Spezza. Watch this play here as he turned. That's the byproduct at the very end. As Spezza and Phaneuf exchange barrels.
Well, if the Leafs are able to finish this off in the next 4 seconds, it'll leave a bit of a sour taste despite the victory, because they gave up 5 goals in the third period. For Ottawa, they'll maybe take a little away from this and be pumped up by the fact that they outscored Toronto 5-2 in the third.
Time back on the clock, you guys. Now they're
out of 7. That's a lot more, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you think it only took 8 seconds between goals, and that was at center ice. You got a real shot here.
3 seconds, you got to go forward. 7, you can go back.
defenseman across the throw. Carlos inside the pass. Instead of shot. Up to center by Steckel. And the Leafs hang on to win it. And start the season 2-0. They were outscored in the third period 5-2, but they won the game 6-5. Another wild night in the Battle of Ontario.
The inexperienced Ottawa Senators showed a lot of character, a lot of life. The Leafs buckled a bit, but at the end, it's two newcomers, Steckel and Dupuis. After losing the draw, Dupuis makes a great job to help out his partner, Steckel.
So the Leafs start 2-0. James Reimer, 5 periods without a goal. He still got the victory after 5 third-period goals by the Ottawa Senators. The Leafs equal out 6-5 in the end. Here's Ron.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the Olsen 3 stars of tonight's game. The third star from the Ottawa Senators.